This is the Erin Cruz Show.
Okay.
Politics for the people and by the people. With your host, Erin Cruz.
Hello, everybody. This is Erin Cruz from the Erin Cruz Show. We are actually on the line here with Ronda Baldwin-Kennedy. We are so excited to have her here on the show. For whatever reason, though, her picture isn't showing up, and she just looks phenomenal. I'm going to go ahead and try to get this picture up again. I'm just not sure why it's not here. I just wish you could see it. So, but in any case, she's here. She's busy. She's out in the field. No joke. She has with her an entire car full of people, right, Rhonda?
Yes. I have my two daughters with me, my 21-year-old, my 23-year-old, and then my co-campaign chair, and my husband is a co-pilot in the passenger seat here. We all just came from voting. So.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yes, pretty exciting.
That is awesome. I'm going to take a picture here for later because I've got to prove how awesome you look, and I'll have to put it all over social media. For some reason, it's not showing up in our system and registering. But, I mean, what is the experience for you and your family and those people who are with you today out there in the field? What is it like? What's the climate like?
It's a great climate. Actually, driving home yesterday, I saw one of my signs a few streets down, so I stopped at the house and knocked on the door, and the couple was surprised that, hey, here's the candidate, but they just thanked me for running, and they're excited. I mean, it's a lot of excitement in Ventura County.
Wow.
For the Republican ticket. Yes.
Wow. Well, you are one of the people who are in those races that are winnable, like seriously winnable. You have a tight margin in terms of, the space there of ability to win. What do the polls say? I mean, we're talking actually win, not going, I wonder if they're going to pull it, I mean, seriously.
Yes, it is. It's a really tight race. And it's a toss-up. It really is. And that's what makes it, kind of a nail-biter.
It is a nail biter. I was
is.
looking at the numbers from the primary, and then I was looking at some of the updates in your candidacy in terms of what the media has been saying. And without the media, it's a tight race.
Yes.
Without
it's
the
a tight
polls,
race.
It's a tight race. So
right.
It is, and the fact that you are a woman, and this is the year of the woman, and we don't like identity politics. We here at the Erin Cruz Show, we just don't. But that said, people are excited to have new options. That's the other thing that we're seeing.
Yeah.
Good ideas, fresh ideas. I mean, for those people who are swing voters, they haven't really, thought about it much, and they might be seeing this come across social media, and they're in your district, the 44th district. What would you have to say to them? What would your message be?
Well, my message would be that I would put them first. And I think that's what Sacramento has lost. It lost putting the people first. They put the interests of special interest groups. Mm-hmm. The ones, if you look at the finances for reports for the candidates, you'll see who controls Sacramento. Right. And like my opponent, I mean, all her money came from special interest groups, and that's evidence with SB1,
right.
And the people had to come forward and repeal the gas tax with Prop 6. So
right.
So with me, I will put the people first. I will listen to the people in my district. When they say that they don't want something, I'll fight for them, not the special interest groups.
Right, and that's what's so important, because right now we currently have representatives in office or shall I say assembly persons in office, that are not serving the constituents. They're not even campaigning, many of them.
No, they're not. And that's arrogance. That's pure arrogance, that they're an incumbent, and they feel that they're entitled to the vote. Whatever happened to earning the people's vote? And you earn the people's vote by having integrity, when you go to Sacramento and doing the will of the people, not the will of a few in the special interest groups, but the will of the people. And it's, it's just un-American that a lot of politicians don't even campaign anymore. They just put their name on the ballot because they figure they're the majority party or they're the incumbent, that they're just automatically going to win. And I think they're going to get a rude awakening come today.
Right.
Yes.
And because this is the thing that I think the people do just want to do good work. They want to have good lives with their families and not have to worry about how is Sacramento going to encroach upon my family, my livelihood, my table, my gas bill, my, whatever it might be, okay?
Right.
They just want to live. They want to have somebody that they do research on, they send them to go do the good job, the good work, and they don't have to worry about politics.
Exactly. They just want to take care of their family.
And they have arrogant people in there who don't care about them and don't care about their wallet and don't care about their family and don't care about their livelihood and want to legislate any and every area of their life and take as much money as they can. So it would be very smart of the people in the 44th district to take a look at Ronda and cast your vote appropriately, because you can look at her interview previously. There's a lot of information online about Ronda, and make that decision. She will represent all of the people and the constituents in her district. That's what you said before, Ronda. So we're going to hold you to that, right? So,
hold me to it. Yes. I took an oath to uphold the Constitution.
Yes.
And if more politicians in Sacramento did that, we wouldn't be having the problems that we're having right now.
No, we wouldn't even be talking about this. There would be no conversation to be had. We wouldn't have the problems we have today. So
Absolutely.
now, what is the first thing that you would like to accomplish when you get up to the Hill in Sacramento?
I would like to assist in getting audits done with different state departments. I think we waste a lot of money. A lot of departments are running not efficiently. And I think we need to start there. We need to start holding departments accountable. And as the legislators and those who hold the purse strings, we should start actually holding those accountable and looking into things. And that's the first thing I want to do. And also assist in repealing SB 10, the no cash bail bill. That was a bad bill that destroyed an entire industry.
Bills. So,
yes, there's many bad bills.
The first mark will be to take a look. See what the heck these people have been legislating and actually doing. I mean, we know on topical measures what they've been doing, but we need to see what's been really going on. So do some audits and then take a look. You want to take a look at some of the I would call it public safety issues relating to, say, the bail bill. And what about some of the other issues where they've taken the felonies and made them misdemeanors? I mean, how are we going to address all those?
Erin, there are so many. There are so many. There's 1810. I mean, there are so many bills.
There are so many.
They're just, it's ridiculous. And I think we just have to tackle it one bill at a time. And the first thing I have to do is kind of reach across the aisle and, make some relationships, get more other, representatives on board to start repealing some of these things. Just using common sense and reasoning.
Well, I'm putting public safety first, because when we're safe, we can have, good jobs. We'll have a strong economy. Our families will be flourishing. Our communities will flourish. I mean, it's a trickle-down effect. I know they like to say trickle up, trickle down. But the reality is that we do need order restored. Now, we've talked about public safety. We've talked about, you going in and checking those numbers and maybe getting rid of some redundancy up there in Sacramento.
Cutting some regulations.
Yes, cutting some regulations. Where do you stand in terms of, kind of the SB-44? Is that more of a, public safety issue? Or are you going to talk about dealing with that? Because
yes, that's a complete public safety issue, and that bill needs to be repealed before we spend more money on defending this bill. It's a bad bill. And right now it's going to head up to the Supreme Court. It's in court right now, but if it continues to go and be litigated, it's definitely going to go to the Supreme Court, and the taxpayers are going to pay for that.
Yes, this is costing us the legislative maneuvers that they've been doing up in, aside from the cost of the actual regulations and things that they're putting in place, some of the things that they've been doing are costing us a lot to defend or to, only because they want to continue to shove these issues through and make points and juxtaposition and make precedents. But these issues are costing taxpayers of California a lot of money.
A lot of money.
Unnecessarily.
Yes, they're with SB 54, like I said before, it's state tax dollars as well as federal tax dollars that are being spent on this ridiculous bill. It's ridiculous. Yes, and it does more harm than it does good.
Right. And just restore order. I believe that we could do that through just really looking at what the issues are and being very common sense approach about it. So now,
exactly.
Also, so we've talked about the regulation, we've talked about the immigration, we've talked about some of those other things. I've heard a lot from many people in construction, okay? They're saying that California is trying to boom, but the regulators up in Sacramento and legislators, shall I say, the legislators, they're putting a bridle on what Californians can do in terms of, timelines and, say, redundancy, overbearing processes. Some of these building companies can't get work done. They want to get work done. We have a housing problem. We have a lot of issues. How are you going to address that? Because that will help us as well as a community.
Well, that's one of the things I was saying, the regulations. Businesses are being regulated out of California, or businesses decide not to come to California because of the regulations and building. The permitting time that it takes in California is about 3 or 4 times the amount in other states. You can go to Texas and get it done.
It's also a lot of money.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's time consuming, and which equals more expensive. Right. And it takes, when you can go to Texas and be in business and actually making revenue at half the cost than if you, opened up shop in California. So if you're, had business sense, why would you open up a business in California? And the businesses are here, they're driving them out. I mean, Honda left, Toyota left. I mean, when Texas has an actual recruitment where they come to California and just pluck corporations away and entices them down to their state. I mean, those are jobs that are leaving California.
Right. People don't like the big bad corporations, but many of these corporations started very small, and America has nurtured them, and then or shall I say, the environment for them to operate in and to grow.
Right.
And states like Texas, states like Iowa, other states who are operating with a lot. They have strong economies. California is a superpower. I mean, if we could get back to the space of learning how to deregulate and getting the bureaucracies out of that power grab, right. I know that we could flourish. What will you do in terms of getting people up there to work with you to solve those issues? Because that's the biggest piece, is we only have 1 or 2 people to flow over to be able to do the things we want to be able to do. We have to get them to work.
Well, I'm pretty persuasive in negotiating.
You're an attorney,
and
you're a smart woman. You're a mother.
Mm-hmm. And yes, and I mediate the triplets, the 5-year-old triplets. I think I could mediate the legislators in Sacramento.
Well, if you can do that, you can handle the legislature, okay? I'll give you that. And if people out there aren't listening or believing that, just ask your wife, ask your sister. No doubt about that. Well, we want to thank you again for stepping up and running for office, especially for putting yourself and your family out there. We're really excited to follow up with you, to hear how everything's gone tomorrow and the next day. I mean, this is just so exciting. And if you could just pan or have your family say hi, because now you're actually on the screen.
Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys. See, this is what it's all about. The people. This is what it's all about. I love it. Well, just thank you again, and stay in touch, and we're here for you.
Thank you, Erin. Thanks for doing this. It's shows like this and your support that makes it possible for candidates like us. And I'm looking forward to your run.
It's all 2022, baby. But really, it's all about the people. We have to get back to the really servant leadership and getting back to where our founders really were at. It's just the basic. So well, Godspeed, take care, and touch base.
Thanks, Erin.
God bless.
Thanks. Take care.
Bye-bye.